Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope you haven't moved too far because we are live with some Guilty Gear Strive. ZoneBreakers Online number 31. I'm Dogie Sandwich, joined by Coach, and we about to walk you through this little bracket. Coach, what's happening today, man?
Nothing much. Just here for our little second run through a Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah, we actually made it to number 2. Looking kind of scary for a while. Took quite a long time off. It was like a month off, but we back.
Yep.
Not one of the many people out there that suddenly decided they don't want anything to do with this game anymore. No, we gonna keep on striving for success around. So I believe we're set up. Got everybody queued into this lobby that's been tweaked a little bit. You know, we actually got in first and we're able to queue into the station without having to wait for anybody, which was a godsend.
Man, that's the trick. You give them the basic features later, then you be like, look, here you go.
I want this game.
So I guess we got up Proteus and Absolute Ego going up first.
That is our first round of matches here. Proteus playing Nagoriyuki? Huh. And then that leaves Absolute Ego playing Eno. I'm kind of a little perplexed by Proteus because the last time he came through, he was playing Eno, if I remember correctly. Unless I just somehow missed it.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
It's still pretty fresh,
So
it's not crazy. People are gonna be like navigating around, figuring out what they really want.
Or hell.
Let me go ahead and just get the dude with dreads and the long black, the long sword. I guess I could say long black on top. Let's start.
Broke the big tree. It's a note. Typical Eno stuff. Whip, throw. No profile of these folks here.
That's a lot of trees already. Trees so far coming behind the note, double overhead and getting the burst out of Proteus. Got the super to hit, not like the full hit of the super, but the message was sent to keep Proteus in the corner. He's charging out, going coast to coast with that combo. Aye.
Yeah, Proteus elects not to go in, but then goes in. So here we are.
Two-step process.
Oh yeah, if the first stroke doesn't succeed, stroke again.
Person don't succeed. Nah, bruh, it's gonna succeed. Words of a wise individual. As Absolute Ego takes the first round, it's getting lit up in the second.
You got spin to win with the counter hit. Pressure going on, trying to manage that blood gauge and get hit, but unsuccessful.
Uh-oh.
And here comes the punish. Yeah, force the burst.
Right.
All right.
Yo! Let's go!
That was very bad timing there.
Yeah. And it was so sad because Ego was playing around the timing for the blood off as well too. Just Proteus was able to navigate around it so well. But in the third round here, Proteus getting tagged with a couple of overheads, but gets a throw is Absolute Ego's a little bit off the mark.
Laying on that pressure, get the Eno dive going on, and then Stroke the Big Tree hasn't really been challenged very much. So we're seeing a lot of it from Absolute Ego. Got the corner push. Gets punished for the dive, but only slightly, but don't matter. We got the counter hit. But then again, there's that stroke, and you're not really seeing any 2S from Nagoriyuki that can challenge it, or like delayed throws to try to stop it.
Right.
And so Absolute Ego's just been kind of just teeing off.
Runs into a normal in the air and gets chopped down by a big 8. So even with all the trees that have been touched in the first game, Proteus is able to hold on by a sliver, because that was pretty close, and gets the first point.
Mankind knew that they cannot.
I guess my question is this first 3 like last time?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is Whips with the Juarez, giving Absolute Ego the chance to get started here. But good old 5K to stop things.
There's another one, stop sign out. but it's not enough to stop Eagle. Ooh, there you go. That's what you wanted. You wanted 2S, right?
There you go.
Big confirmed. That's one of the few times we've seen the Roman so far. Something that's been sticking out on my mind too. Like in the first game alone, I don't need to talk about the first game. I need to talk about this one. As in game 2, we're using the number 2S.
Think Brody's listening.
All right. Started this off by dancing around Ego and is able to push him through the wall. Positive bonus.
It's that knockdown. Alexa hang back for a note, and it works. All right, YRC takes advantage, goes ahead and bursts it just to keep the momentum and the corner pressure going.
That's a very aggressive burst. Okay, we take those.
Hey, whatever. Got the 6H OTG with supers. Wasn't sure if that was going to work. Wasn't going to get hit, rather. There's a purple RC, and it just goes in and finishes business.
And with that game was just a little bit more convincing for Proteus. Takes the second one up 2-0. Ooh, yo, you know what that is. You know what city that is. Starting off the counter hit crisis.
Oh boy. All right, confirm into the spin.
Bro, Proteus is on fire.
Mm-hmm. Definitely playing off that give him an inch, take a mile concept.
Right. Actually gets another counter hit with the spin and is away from the burst to get a punish. Oh. Bro, this is a spelling bee right here. Can you spell counter?
So it seems like Ego is not quite sure where to attack near Nagoriyuki's pressure. But the thing that kind of went by the wayside for Ego, at least, is that Proteus was not really managing Nagoriyuki's blood gauge. And so, but it didn't matter because they were getting hit. So
yeah.
the confirms just kind of took care of it on its own. But if you block out and be more conservative and force Nagoriyuki to commit to stuff like command thrabs and stuff, then that blood gauge becomes more of an issue.
Right. As you said, was not an issue for Proteus at all. First game was a little rocky. Game 2 and game 3, though, came out like a shot and sweeps up the first match in ZoneBreakers Online 31.
That sends Proteus to play Milky J in the next round, and then we should have, I guess, I'm Just That Kinky and was that Sense Sonic?
Yeah, since Sonic, I want to say the winner of Tekken 7. So the big talk of it at the least. So could be getting a new 2-Peter double header here if they're able to make it all the way to the end. That's something that we're gonna have to keep an eye on.
Yep, I just looked it up and they did just 1 second. So
Hey,
looking going for that 2P like you said. Take home both trophies.
take home all the money. Let's be real. Get all the Matcherino bucks. I mean, this is pretty early. We can slide this in here real quick since we're talking about a Matcherino. You know, we always got to have it. They got our backs for ZoneBreakers Online. If you hit ! Matcherino in the chat, it'll bring up the links. Click on the links for either or. Tekken 7 hasn't been paid out yet, but you're here to be alive with Strive, so go ahead and click that one. Log in with your favorite social media, and you might be a little confused because Matcherino has gone with a little makeover lately. You don't have to enter a code. We ain't got no codes. We sold all out of codes. However, there is a claim code button on the right side. Click that, and it'll add 50 cents to the pot straight from Matcherino. You got a couple of seconds before we get our next match lined up, so you can do a couple of sponsor quests, follow a couple people, check out a couple pages, like a couple videos, so on and so forth. If you don't like any afterwards, between you and me, don't have to worry about it. But that'll add a couple more bucks to the pot, like 50 cents, 40 cents here and there. And if you're feeling so generous, on the top right of the page, I believe it's in gold, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna have to look at it again. There's a nice contribute button. You can donate your own money to the pot.
Indeed, they made the process much more streamlined. So if you have to, we definitely appreciate if you take a moment to go ahead and do that for us.
It looks like you still got a moment as see one person sitting on the sticks ready to go. I say on the sticks, got the katana drawn. That's right. Good old Strive lock.
Ready to cut somebody down.
Over here looking at us in the white beaters, man. We just chilling.
Definitely a little change in aesthetic there.
That's something I gotta look at for a couple of online tournaments. Just go through and see how many streamers got the default look. You know that they just like slapped it in here real quick just so they can get to the lobby. Oh man,
white beater with the spaghetti stain on it.
In my white tee.
Classic. So I guess we're just waiting on good old Just Dad Kinky, our favorite Belial player.
Check this. Oh, I didn't finish the update because I was like, there is something that was standing out of my mind about Kinky. I guess actually what it was is that they played Anji in the first Strive ZoneBreakers Online, which was 29. So, like you said, they can't really put too much stock into that. Might be another character coming through, especially since a lot of people have been not too fond of Anji as things have been panning out. I mean, there's still some people that are diehard Anji fans and have gone literally to the ends of some pretty big tournaments with it. But the general population is saying that there's a lot of smoke, or not a lot. There's some smoke and mirrors to how Anji works. So no telling what side of the fence Kinky's gonna lie on.
I saw an actual avatar when they entered the room.
Unless
that was my imagination, because it was only for like a split second. We're about to see.
No, they could've.
Bring out the chains. We gonna bring out the chains. I am down. Oh no, I guess that's what they were doing, is changing characters. So it's like we're gonna have an Anji mirror. Oh wait a minute.
Oof. Hold on.
What are we doing here?
I would not be surprised if they were just trying to get the setup to work.
Okay, fair enough. Because that's a very reasonable guess there. So indeed, it's the good old Anji mirror. So Fujin versus Fujin. Go ahead.
No, I didn't have anything good. All I was gonna say is I wish this was one of those moments that I knew more about Beyblades, because we about to let it rip.
Yeah, the general rub with Anji most people have is that his risk reward is very skewed towards risk more than reward, because he can get reward with good reads, but versus a lot of characters, his spin doesn't net him much, but he's in counter hit state the whole time.
Yeah.
And so like he's fishing for something, and then versus characters like Nagori Yuki, Soul, Ramathal, Giovanna, he gets nuked. And in exchange he might get like a sweep.
All right. Well, you know what? That just means you better not be wrong. You wanted to spin the big wheel, right? Big money, big prizes. Boy.
Like started out with. That's a round start that a lot of Anjis would go to, and I guess that's why since Sonic was just ready with the throw.
All right. We're actually seeing like very different playstyles between the two. Kinky has been looking for a couple of reads with the spin already. Since Sonic, on the other hand, I don't think has gone to it at all yet. Well, see, that's what I get for running my mouth. But very reserved with it.
Oh, get counter hit on the throw, having the burst. Keeps the corner though. Right. And yeah, since Sonic jumped there, didn't get the punish, but there he goes. And that's another quirk about that spin, is that if it does trigger, he is in fact invincible to the end, so you can't actually punish it if it's triggered.
Right.
There he goes, Fujin, no follow up. Well, the follow up is not a combo.
He gets another punish on it. Doesn't get a full conversion from it, but just being able to stay on top and really take it out of Kinky's arsenal is a good idea for Sonic. Hey! And that's the other part of the rock, paper, scissors right there. We confirm with the Roman. Not quite to the corner, but the dust looking pretty good. Is this enough for the round?
Charge dust does a lot of damage, but wasn't quite there to take it in. So I had to follow it up with that old throw.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Matched up and thrown into the third round. Here we go. Sonic on the offensive. Doesn't get the open kick just yet. Catches in the air. And gets another punish on a Fuji.
That hop into the fusion. And yeah, you generally can react to the fusion follow-ups, but it's something you have to practice, right? So I don't know if either player has done this.
I put your leg down. When he gets that broken in half, Kinky coming over the top, doesn't get a full conversion from it, and this is Sonic's chance. The Yeoman.
Oh, there we go. Kinky trying to find a way out of the corner, but still sitting on a pretty nice life lead there.
The way things are going, I think Kinky is just trying to find a way to get all up into Sonic's space. Comes over the top again, no spin for a response, no anti-air at all, and Kinky is able to hammer in the first game.
Back and forth there. Just he's gonna go with the raw food. That's what we're doing, and then it pays off pretty big.
See, that's an interesting note between the two. Although that's the first time Kinky's just seen one whiff right there. Didn't have a response, just like Sonic's been pretty crisp about whiff Fujin, so.
So spinning and spinning. Butterfly.
Don't go nowhere. Got a sweep Roman for you. This is getting kind of close. Didn't wait for the burst, so this is another chance, but Kinky waiting a little too long, getting thrown to the deck. Sonic taking the first round. Hey! Sonic pushing. Not deterred by jab, but all needs to be a little bit more behind it to stop this steam engine. Hot throw.
Lucky they didn't get blown up for that whiff throw.
Right.
The corner pressure. Yeah, got RC that to keep it safe. Got the DP move, whatever it's called.
Ooh, got a super too. But it's not enough to take him around. Takes the lead away from Kinky though, who's still on the back foot. Gets thrown again, still has a chance. Guessing for the game, it can't go too far.
Just got tossed out of that spin beautifully. Tied up.
Let's rock.
Sonic just ran in. That's how brave they were playing. Just full on dash, round start. Alright, counter hit Fujin. Kinky just goes ahead and spins that burst.
Ooh, yeah. Kinky's just too slow seeing it. I mean, I guess it's slow enough to not get countered, which is like the best of that scenario, I believe. It just didn't really have responses to Sonic whiffing like that. Aye.
So the other charge does, and I think that was a counter hit. At the very least, I saw Kinky doing something, or rather Sonic doing something.
It should have been enough for the round, but you know, with a couple of miscues here, Sonic's still in this round so far, trying to bring this back. Wasn't ready for the anti-air. The interception, so this is turn. Straight back and forth.
Playing a little more on the conservative end, but he got a little cross up on the second part of the butterfly.
Let's rock.
Pretty sure at some point in time in Sonic's life they heard what goes up must come down. Didn't think a butterfly followed the rule.
Alright, yeah, and because Sonic keeps trying to jump out, can't get the punish on the overhead follow-up. But nonetheless, they managed out of the corner. They're in control of this pressure.
Let it rip!
Counter hit out of the spin for some big damage, and that's just kind of times where it's definitely times. And nice super punish.
Duel 3.
This is up, one apiece, trying to see who gets this third game.
Right. Yep. Punish
No?
hot follow-up.
Oh, okay. You don't want yours, I don't want mine either. Allergic to burst, but another top throw. One more time, this time striking instead of throwing. Uses the Roman, not enough to take the round, but leaves Sonic in a really good position to close this out.
Positive bonus going. So Life looking pretty good right now. And big whiff there from Kinky. Seals their fate. So that is 2-1 for Sonic.
See, that's what I'm talking about. It's like whenever Kinky is looking for the spin and whiffs the ender like that, Sonic has been consistently ready throughout the game. I feel like that's the first time Kinky's been ready, and that might not have even been for the spin specifically. You know,
I feel like it. It feels like I get what you're saying. It's like Sonic has like a very deliberate way of punishing it. But nonetheless, Kiki's the one doing the punishment right now.
all right, still working on a perfect until I wanted to point it out. Sonic's not going to let that one go, trying to claw back into this game, but that is a mountain too high for Sonic to climb.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Maybe on the cups of the getting on that game in their second game.
Getting out of the threat of the air dash range. And I guess I have to give credit at this point, seeing as the anti-air has been there a couple times against the spin lately, so Kinky's wising up. I mean, the wall damage is pretty consistent too. That's looking like half a grip there.
Same thing that put Sonic in the wall was a whiff throw from the neutral jump heavy. Almost sealed their fate again.
Still not out of dodge just yet. Getting pushed back to the wall, but gets a counter hit. RC to keep it going. Gonna need at least one more guess to stay alive. A throw, get some damage, but not good enough. With 2 scoops though. Double down.
Taking full advantage of Kinky's lack of burst there.
And so this is match point for Sonic. Relentless assault is on, keeping Kiki locked in the corner. Tries to double jump out. Gets a little bit of wiggle room to work with. Woo!
Back in the other corner now. Yeah, but Kiki does have burst, and Sonic was looking to bait it and lost the corner for it.
Right.
There's that super.
Lost a lot more than the corner. Still in the lead, but losing control with that. Oh yeah, Kinky's gonna have to step up. Does not want to give up that half a bar. Oh. Aye, got a burst.
He's still in dire straits, and 2S clears it out.
Got a little antsy, getting warned by the ref. Ran into a couple stray hits, and then the attack on ankles was enough for Sonic to close it out. 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
That will give us one of our 2 players to make it to winners finals. Gonna presumably slide over to our other winners semis match between Proteus and warmed up. Already had a game for ZBO 31. Gonna be going against the top seed, Milky J.
Yep, got 3rd place last time.
No, we don't talk about that, all right?
We don't talk about that. Well,
I mean, we do got to talk about it because we need to feel a little bit. We don't talk about that. This is the Milky J show right here.
Here we are, and Milky J known for that Giovanna.
You know, you say that, and I'm letting it just sit there and marinate in my mind. It's still kind of weird. Psych!
No, we just gonna hit somebody. We just gonna ball up our fist and make our dreams come true.
Yeah. Fist that can pierce the heavens. That's still a far cry away from what I was thinking about in my mind, but we don't want to talk about that anymore. Proteus back with the Nagori, Milky J, the Neon Soul from the future.
In the future where you've already got counter hits.
Hey.
All right, speaking of counter hits, it's Proteus who's collecting.
All right.
All right, goes ahead and just push the wire C on the far rest. Doesn't want to deal with that RPS that Soul is known for.
Doesn't really feel the need to hold on to the meter either with the way things are going. Gets the big counter hit, the biggest counter hit of the round, so big that they had to put it on a billboard in the background.
Duel 2.
Exit 76 to see this counter hit. All right, got a far rest confirmed. Got the corner, but back throw switches things up real quick. Doing that starter, one of Nagoriyuki's very common tactics.
Using a Bowman, presumably trying to catch Milky coming in, but you know, just the safety at the point. But Milky eventually gets in, doesn't get too much damage so far. Double flame Pullman, oof, big bringer from the top. Hey,
Yeah, that Fares is a really good confirmed tool to get it. All right, got Fafnir into the guard break state.
no, put it back. Oh, the bringer's off.
Get a volcanic viper, just go for it again. No clean hits here. So Proteus taking the first round. Like it feels like Milky J does not have the bully mentality with Soul, because you see like after Fares, he tends to kind of like chill off like he's a regular character.
Right.
Got a wild through.
Holding on to that bringer for dear life. Gets the counter hit with DH, so this is looking pretty good. Doesn't get a full confirm from it, but holding on to the corner for the most part, especially with the Yeoman, making sure that Proteus doesn't go too far. Bruh, what's up?
There we go. Giving that bro fist, trying to pump up that risk gauge, and that's more of the Soul that we know.
Real bad guy.
So Soul's really good at punishing for doing nothing.
All right, but he's getting punished right now. Another throw on the Bandit Bringer, slides in, blood-sucking universe to take the first round of game 2. Proteus is hanging in there.
Yeah. And Proteus is enduring, is pressing in, kind of just bravely, not worried too much about, Soul's options. Ooh. All right, 2H, trying to make everything safe with the dash, man dash. Oh, 6H counter hit. Again, gets the OTG. What's the Milky J off the burst? I mean, this is something Soul can make happen for sure, but we have not really seen that aspect of Soul from Milky J yet.
All right, gets a sweep. Gunflame Pullman over the top of Proteus is ready, brought the helmet to work. Ready for the 2-hitter, gets tossed with a wild throw, but we'll take that to get out of the corner. But the assault is still on. And Milky J gets caught with the Bowman, blown up with a 2H, cleaned out of the sky.
Really clever use the BRC to slow down Soul and jump H, a move that's really hard to punish. So that was really clever use of that from Proteus. It looks like we're going to character select for the next match.
That's what I'm thinking. Milky J said he don't want none of that smoke no more. That smoke.
Proteus said if you're going to be a bully, you got to come correct.
Yeah, Proteus was doing very well, surviving through all of that. Like, and I say surviving, and it kind of alludes to the fact, or make it sound like that Proteus was like in dire straits. But it's like you said, it's just the nature of playing against Soul, and time again, Proteus just had good answers, big solid answers to get out of jail.
And even when that risk builds up, Milky J usually cash it out with a fire throw, and risk does not pump up the damage to throw, but it still leads to risk, so that's usually the better alternative. All right, the good old spin.
This is a spin against the Milky J Giovanna, by the way.
Well, that blood gauge is pretty high right now, but it don't matter because you got strike throw, the good old classic. All right. Speaking of blood gauge management, a good old counter hit Fares can handle that. 2S.
Don't go too far. 2H, but can't step under. Gets a throw, and it's a big back throw.
That's super. But it's not really the worst thing in the world for Proteus.
All right. Milky J is trying to make that happen. Steps up with a couple of toe taps, gets a throw to close out the round.
Yep, using that more conservative play that Proteus is using against him.
She just exists under 5S.
Yeah, she has a very low profile crouch. All right, yeah, challenges the wolf kick. That's a really good thing you need to do against Giovanna. And yeah, Milky J is a good fan of using that cartwheel because it has upper body invincibility.
All right.
And even when it's recovering, you still got to hit it kind of low, so a lot of people are not ready for that.
It's in the description, working as intended, and closing out the second round the same way as the first, another throw.
Good old strike throw, strike throw. And so this time that concept works a lot more for Giovanna than it was for Milky J Soul.
Did you see the pursuit on the opener? Knew the backdash was coming, flagged it down with a forward. Milky J, woke and ready. Coming over the top of the S.
Yeah, stop the arrow kicked in his tracks. It's a good and plus on block, but it is a slow startup, and Proteus is on point there. But you know, we're going right back into the throws. Going for the wall break? Nah, we missed that. 2S.
A very costly mistake from Milky J, allowing Proteus to get out and play one more time. Has some room to back up, but is not going to relent. 2S gets a far H, and another one. Blew up the ankle.
You kind of get to those, like Proteus is like, you know, this might not work in my favor, but I'm gonna put something out there just to keep Giovanna out of my face. So if you're gonna run up and throw, you better have multiple avenues prepared.
And the opener kind of showed that trying to keep her out of the zip code is well on Proteus' mind, and back dashing at the start, but still can't get away, especially after burst gets punished. So this is gonna be a really small corner.
Get the wall break, positive bonus.
I not even need the meter with the way things are going, especially when Proteus is holding down back for dear life. That's the green light to go up there and get snatched.
The anti-air gets counter hit, but yeah, Giovanna's pretty quick. But you have to be like real ready to anti-air. Misses the 6H OTG and gives Milky J a chance to turn things around.
Milky J's ready for it. Jay breaks the wall. Another one of the big bonuses. Woo!
All right, we got that blood gauge pumping.
Ah, that is pretty close. Blood in the water, PRC against the burst. Does he get a punish on it? I mean, it's really hard to do in this game, but knows that the option isn't there anymore. Just has to find a way out of the corner. Gets chopped twice in the chest.
Slow your roll down. Slow your roll. And so Proteus makes it up. Is that 3-1?
3-1.
Yeah, the Giovanna choice definitely was working out because just in general, when Proteus was under pressure, they generally would just try to wait it out, and Giovanna's really quick throw strike game is pretty good against that kind of play style. And then Proteus did just shift it up as like, you know, I'm gonna put these buttons out there. You know, Giovanna comes over the top rope, so be it. And it worked out for him.
Right. It's like the name of the game that Proteus decided to play. Throw an array of hitboxes on the screen and tell Milky J, man, this is your problem to figure out.
Oh, obstacle courses, the classic.
Most extreme elimination challenge. Eliminated Milky J from the top side of the bracket.
Yeah, I was say elimination being the key word there. So that means Proteus and Sonic is up grand final. I mean winners finals.
Slow down. We still got some more games. Not as many as the TL Sonata was trying to put on us, but still a good amount nonetheless.
So we're gonna go down to that other bracket. The bracket of many names.
Oh no, this is winners finals.
Okay, so that's what I thought we were doing. So I guess we're gonna play winners out. All right. Well,
surprise.
All right then. All right. So Proteus, Sonic. So this is actually funny. This matchup came up because yesterday there was a very heated discussion that I bear witness to by Nitro Noodles, who plays Anji, and Kari Safari, who plays Nagura Yuki, and about how Nagura Yuki can just kind of sit there and do nothing and do stuff like this and wait for the spin and then punish Anji for trying to get in.
Well, it was a pretty good start for Proteus. Took well over Sonic's life so far. Used the Yeoman just to make sure Sonic doesn't go anywhere out of the corner. Sonic ain't going nowhere except for the second round of the casket.
Duel 2. Let's
That is something to note about Proteus's game, more specifically the meter management. How he is really in tune with just being willing to use one of the bars for a yeoman and keep somebody in check.
Wait, she just walks down to the corner. Tried to catch the spin and almost did, and then that's the kind of concept you're talking about where Anji has to kind of at least present that enough to stop Nagori Yuki from poking, but if you're wrong, you just die. like so, but
Alright, we'll just be right.
not ready. Yep.
It's easy enough, just be right.
Just be right. Well, Sonic was not right on that overhead follow from the Fujin and got lit up. And yeah, you gotta respect spin to win. That's probably not the place you want to let out the butterfly.
Nah. Proteus doesn't care about Mother Nature at all. Chop that butterfly in half.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright. Got the 2D unlock, but doesn't last long as Proteus is back at it again. And it looks like Sonic is really trying to disrespect the stream from Proteus, but the spin is really good at locking people in place. It's zero and block, it stops you from pressing buttons. And since Anji is a 6-framer, that 0 is basically a -1 in this matchup.
Gonna have to find some way to get out of the corner. Was trying to jump away from the approach, but came down ill-advised. Proteus ready with the anti-air, ready to take the first round.
Nagori Yuki's close S is really good because it reaches really high, and so it's really hard to jump away from that character. Bag grab. What's up?
I was gonna talk about the 2-hitter quitter that like repossessed half of Sonic's bar. Yeoman coming out of Proteus again just to make sure Sonic can't go too far out of the corner. 2S against the spin, slides in and stomped into the dirt.
Yeah, this is basically how this matchup was explained to me, how it's playing out right now.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Proteus is reaching in the closet for the broom at this point.
Like that back command dash and then into the whiff button. It's like Proteus is just like in a flow right now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Wires just to keep the lockdown going.
Look pretty high too, but I don't think that Proteus is gonna have to use too many more specials at this point. Finds another counter hit 2S and makes sure that Sonic can't run up and try anything funny. Cut it off at the line.
Let's rock.
Yep, there's that spin. Just looking for any of Nagori Yuki's pokes, but Proteus is switching it up enough to make sure that spin is not reliable. And so Anji's just like, at a hard place. It feels like you got a wall of normal. You got this character who you can't really jump against. You can't really run at it. So what do you really do? And there's that PRC slowdown for the anti-air. So like Proteus is just like denying every idea that Sonic seems to have.
This is a start. This is a chance.
After RC saved that punish. No got one now. Well, no, they did, but didn't spend it.
Might not have been thinking about it because it came up like right on the last hit. Didn't have the old third strike option select or anything. But either way,
yeah.
Proteus, with some really good defense there, was ready for the hail of overheads that came in through that. It was overheads, right? Yeah, there was overheads. A hail of overheads. It was able just to wall off any idea that Sonic had.
Yeah, it definitely looked frustrating from Sonic's end, but yeah, Proteus was just on point. Yo, here's a wall of normals. You can't run at me. You can't jump at me. And if you spin, I'm gonna counter hit you. And then when you get too scared to move, I'm gonna run in and bully you some more. And so it was just relentless. That's the only word I can really think of there.
Want to hear something really funny?
What's that?
My alarm just went off. And that was my alarm for this, so I set this off by an hour. Good thing I was paying attention.
Hey, we made it. All right, well, we got another Anji and Kinky. We're gonna go absolute ego. So we're gonna see what these two have in store for one another. Because I'm trying to think about how this plays out in my head. And Yeah, Ino probably has a lot more freedom to move around than she usually has.
All right, so here's the thing though.
What's that?
You're probably thinking of this nice, systematic,
Mankind knew that they cannot
structured
change society.
rock paper scissors between these two characters,
Duel
right?
one.
You know what's gonna happen?
Let's
Is Stroke the Big Tree about to beat Fuji? That's what's gonna happen. You already see it. Before we get 5 seconds into the match, we've already got 2 trees chopped down.
So there goes another one. Yeah, and Absolute Ego just definitely has a reliance on a Stroke the Big Tree, and similarly for Fujin with Kinky. Both things are generally considered risky, but you do have to have the knowledge to back it up. But it don't matter because Kinky's just coming through like a freight train.
Woo woo!
Duel 2. Let's rock.
2S from Ito. Good counter hit started from her. Doesn't quite get the combo, but we got the corner, ran into a note, and somehow frame trapped with the combo there.
Look, don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, right? It worked.
It
Coming
did.
with the overheads again and the low, because Kinky was too busy trying to get the helmet in there a little bit late. Found a little bit of reprieve until they got blown up with an anti-air.
Oh, punish on the Structure Big Tree.
Another one, but it was only Japanese to get the full conversion from that.
Slap.
And what a way to go.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
I'm not dealing with that, but goes into the corner and counter his thing. Luckily, Absolute Ego didn't. Lucky for them, Absolute Ego wasn't waiting with the hammer there.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a Fuji. That's the more important thing right now. A little late of a burst, still able to get Kinky off, but not for long. Hop throw, back throw to make sure that Ego gets stuck in home.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of big hits, but you know, up until like, except for this combo, you haven't really been seeing the quote-unquote hit quality.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we've seen a lot of big counter hit 2S from Ino. We saw some counter hit fusions from Kinky, but we haven't seen like the big cash outs that the characters can get from those set situations.
Now the cash out is knowing that the threat is there and presenting the option time and time again.
Fair enough.
We out here brawling.
Duel 1.
Duel 2. I mean, it's Duel 1, but it's game 2. Let's rock.
Alright, so Eagle on the board first. We got the corner, but almost lost it to a Stroke the Big Tree. And then now we lost it to a Stroke the Big Tree. Alright. Absolute Ego a little too impatient to get away from Anji. And it's kind of, wow.
Ooh, okay.
You just want to see how awake are you?
Slap.
And Absolute Ego was in the bed with the blanket on.
Let's rock.
Dreaming of butterflies. Counter hit Fujin to start us off. Don't jump anywhere. Don't jump. Don't sit there and block. Got to be careful with the buttons too.
This is with the 5H. Alright.
With the 5A, with the burst too.
Scrambling a little bit, but Kiki's the one coming out on top.
A little bit. Yeah, this is more of a little bit. They out there running for their lives.
They just gotta go ahead and just knock Ego into the next world and go into game 3.
いつでも相手になってやんぜ。
I can just imagine Ego sitting over there for a second. Yo, I'm gonna fight Fuji. Fuji got hit. I feel like that's what this break says.
They get to catch your breath a little bit or fail to rematch. One of the two. Oh well, I guess they're at the menu, so one of them might have let the timer run out. And so you know, Absolute Ego might have another character on deck. Or they might just want to take a little break and think about how fusion really works.
Take a second to recollect.
Yeah, this looks like that's all it was. It's just a momentary break. There's
There
nothing wrong with it.
there are signs of I accidentally hit the mic too. There are like a lot signs of a lot of potential for Ego. There's been some decent conversions. Like you're talking about the big counter hits that are being left on the table, but there are some more subtle things that could give a lot more merit or a good amount of merit to Ego. Like most notably, like constantly looking for the air dash overheads and getting conversion from that. There's been like one or two, but not too many. And
Yeah,
so,
because there was one particular round where Ego like got off 3 or 4 of them, and then they actually lost the momentum when they jumped back, throw the
Right.
note.
Mankind knew that they
And
cannot
sometimes you
change
just kind of got to press
society.
that issue.
So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts.
yeah, it sounds like we're saying that at the end of the day, just got to know when to step on the gas.
Heaven or hell.
Bro, this is a long intro. Hold on.
They said they got to watch. This is inspiring.
Fuel for the epic battle that's about to unfold in front of us.
Round start, stroke the big tree.
Yeah. Oh.
US.
No, wait. What's the input for stroke the big tree? Is it an S input?
Yeah, it's SNH.
Okay, so you can't convince me that Ego didn't just miss the input.
Oh, go on. 2S has been doing work for Ego. I love him to have that.
Nah, because the second thing was a tree afterwards. So
Who just threw the Chemical Love? That's pretty good. In fact, that's a move we have not seen, which is understandable since it does not hit, you know, a lot of low-profile runners and stuff. So you don't see Enos want to use it outside of combos. There's that with. Yeah, it has pretty low recovery, so if you don't hit it in between the 2 hits, she can generally rock with it.
Duel 2.
yeah, we're out of the rock era right now.
Ego taking that turn there. Got the dive for the knockdown. Gradually pushing Kiki to the corner. Kiki fights back.
Empty jump jab, I believe that was.
Yeah, it looked like it. The food just happened to whiff, and then they managed to take advantage of it. So good stuff for Ego there.
Oh, the low one more time in the Roman. That's a high burst. Punished by Kinky. Carried over to the wall. But think of this flat. But gets he charged dust. And he jumped dust. And I'm pretty sure that's the best conversion we've seen in the set so far. It was the one to close it out.
Charge dust does a lot of damage. And so, yeah, Kiki has just generally had a lot of success with that, you know, in general. It's pretty funny. All right. All right, was jumping to base something, but nothing was there. And Ego's just gonna go ahead and get out of the corner and then get put right back in.
Takes a little bit of space, gets a conversion from the overhead, throw behind the note, things are starting to add up.
Yeah, tries to go for another overhead, but got jabbed out.
Too greedy. And you know, I kind of wonder if the 2S or the OTG after the fact was really a good idea, as it pushed Kinky away from the pressure, allowed Kinky to get a second to recollect, get up, and get the round. Aye. Already off that burst.
Oh, that's a good backdash on the overhead.
It's only a slap on the wrist in the face of Kinky, who was still pressing forward, trying to close this out.
Yeah, wasn't quite ready for the wall break, but catches the follow-up anyway, and goes ahead and goes on to the next round and loses. So we're gonna keep Kinky on the setup, and then we're gonna have Nuki J coming back. So good stuff to Absolute Ego there. And we're gonna see if Nuki J's gonna have that Giovanna or that soul.
What you guess? Think Milky J's gonna mess around with Soul Good Guy one more time?
Good old soul good guy. I think we'll see the Giovanna out first. You know, just because we you know we ain't losers, we want to make that run.
Make the slide. She can't run.
Slide on through then.
The aggressive shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, you mean we gotta find him? That sounds like we have a second. Matcherino time. You or me?
I guess I'll do it. So, if you've been hanging out with us thus far, if you hit exclamation mark Matcherino in the chat, it'll bring up some links both for Tekken 7 and Guilty Gear Strive. You can log in with any of your social medias, and Matcherino now features a button where you can claim your coupon code, so you don't need to type it in, copy, paste, you know, look for wherever the TO put it. It's gonna be there. So go ahead and click that coupon code and do any of the sponsor quests, but we're about to go into our next match.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
My bad. I kind of set
So
you up for
instead of
failure there.
reflecting on themselves, they
It's
blame
alright.
the
It'll
beasts.
work out regardless. So we're gonna have Milky J versus I'm just that kinky fresh off the win versus Eno from Absolute Ego. And like I surmised, we're gonna see old Giovanna first.
適当に切り上げていいですか
Look at you being part of the Never Wrong crew.
Angie versus Giovanna.
We know no less.
Duel 1. Let's
Here we go.
All right, we gotta. Yep, try to convert the trade, but not quite there. Use those dash momentum normals that Giovanna terrorizes people with.
Yeah, so as well. OTG just get kinky up a little earlier than they were ready for.
Alright, yeah, Kiki's generally a big fan of using that double jump to try to get out of the corner. It looks like Mr. J was able to contain that. Got this arrow kick. Oh no.
Big conversion from Kinky. Just be carried to the wall as well. Overhead, and there's no burst, as that was used earlier. Wall break. Not a wall break.
Yeah, I think Kinky just keeps missing the timing for the jump dust there. But nonetheless, it worked out regardless. Alright, ooh, okay. 2S anti-air from Giovanna. Or rather, 2H. Yeah. Yep.
Jay stepping forward into the space that Kinky is leaving, but not the space that Kinky is leaving unmanned. Gets a couple of hits, gets the big conversion with the Roman wall splat, and this time we get the wall break. Half bar and a positive bonus, and that's the trade. That's the second time that Milky J has found that trade anti-air and still can't put a conversion on.
I'm not getting my anti-air, I'll just take my super. Alright. It wasn't quite a punish, but he got the hit. So Milky J still has a chance. Until he get crossed up. Jump H.
Got clapped. And it's a clap that's going to lead to a round of applause for I'm Just That Kinky as they take the first game. It's already marching through the second.
Wolf kick counter hit. Oh, and a punish, but not quite the full conversion. Nonetheless, Milky J still looking in a good spot here. Not in range for the throw, giving Kinky an opportunity to fight back.
The Roman for the conversion. A little bit of a drop, I believe, but still looking pretty good until Kinky gets out of the corner, but doesn't get to go too far. Gets the pickup from the DP into the super, and as wonky as it looked, it was still good enough for the judges.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
That was a really good spin. Giovanna's 2D is a really big party starter when the counter hits, so Kinky was happens to be ready for that one.
Watch the big jump in. 50-meter conversion and another wall break. The third wall splat throughout the second break for Kinky.
Yeah, I believe so. 2 for 3. Got it when it mattered.
Right? And a positive bonus paying off there, giving Kinky quick access to another Roman. Spin into a throw to take the second round. He's going to spin Fujin again to start us off, or spin again to start us off.
Yeah, spinning around stars is something you just need to be weary of versus Anji. You just have to have a plan for it, and Mr. J probably was not ready. Yep.
Still not deterring Kinky, who is coming back. Gets yet another poster on the wall.
Got a lot of glass on the stage right now.
Yeah.
All right, is that gonna finish? Nope.
You hate to see it happen.
Fans are just a little too active there.
One way to look at it. I was thinking in my mind that she's just a little too slow.
Yeah, I think
Duel 1.
Anji would have still been in recovery as balling, so the idea was sound. It was just the fans ate through, lasted long enough to keep through invincibility.
What if she moved fast? Wait, I can argue about that till like the sun goes down.
But Milky J running things in the corner. Got a change of pace from the last couple games.
And Jay's the one getting the wall break this time around. Gonna have to go a couple more to get us back to the original screen. Haha. But throw in the corner.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
And there it is. And it's like Milky J doesn't have that registered as a tactic.
Ain't no way it's gonna happen again. Ain't no way there's gonna be a spin when I dive kick in. I guess I do have to say arrow kick. That's not a dive kick. People get upset at that. Another break in a bonus. The B&B.
Those throws popping off. And yeah, that fadeaway jumping in the corner. And yeah, I don't think Milky J has done too much to contain it lately. There it is again. It just, yeah, doesn't believe. But fortunately for Milky J, there was no big conversion on that one. But on that fadeaway jump ace, there was.
You wanted some big conversions. There they are. No burst from Milky J as Kinky's able to get two big answers at the start. Anti-air just to make sure Jay doesn't dash out of the corner. And this is the guess for the game. And this is a super.
Yep.
So stays alive for now. But still doesn't have an anti-air for the double jump.
Yeah, you saw the 2H from Giovanna come out, but yeah, I think Milky J was expecting the first jump to be the jump in, and the second jump was a successful bait, as they say.
Waited.
So good stuff from Milky J and Kinky on that losers gauntlet over here. About to play Sense Sonic next, so we're gonna have a rematch of that Anji mirror.
Yeah. Run back. Depending on who you ask, they're gonna say the salty run back. Everything's got to be salty for that. Nope. Nope.
I'm not doing this again.
And you want to talk about a character that would easily fit into Kinky's profile? the small profile of showed up to a couple of Grand Blue ZoneBreakers online, like a Kai player. Makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that definitely.
Knew that they cannot change
well,
society.
hopefully,
So instead of reflecting on
they're not gonna fire us into a spin.
Man, imagine if that was the round start. You know, when I see this, I want to say Kinky actually did play Kai in ZoneBreakers Online 29, and it just didn't cross my mind, or I missed it in the VOD till now. So I did skim through it pretty heavily. Nonetheless, Kai is here. RS spin, let's go. Oh.
Yeah, Sonic is not as into the spin as Kinky is, so I'm not too surprised by it. Like, you're seeing the spin that's from holding the special button, but not the spin as a special move on his own. Oh, still now.
That one. Ooh, straight, ready for it. Not the biggest conversion, but one nonetheless. And eventually gets the burst out of Kinky, so things are looking pretty good for Sonic. You just got to get out of the corner.
Charge stun edge to entice the jump, and there's a whip spin. We got two of them. We got three of them.
Yo, we out.
I'm out of here. Charge stun edge to win the trade. Awkward anti-air there, but still in here.
rebalancing the universe with Kinky putting themselves in the corner. But got to try to get out of this one. Wasn't ready for the hop throw. And Sonic is going to scoop up the first round.
Back there to get out of it. I don't want to deal with any of this. Got the combo and the stun dipper. 2H counter hit. Kai just bullying.
Hey, that was gonna hurt.
Sonic has the burst, but probably not gonna use it now, given the life deficit.
Could possibly go for the unspeakable tech that nobody has done in ZoneBreakers yet. That's the only way that burst is getting used at this point, and we're not gonna see it.
Slap. Hold on to it.
Slapped out of the sky as we go into round 3. Watch your feet.
Sonic is probably not afraid of that spin because there hasn't been any like real checks on it, so why not?
They're coming, just give them time. Maybe.
Yep, there's the far as recovered in time to not get punished and just hit whatever Sonic was doing afterwards.
You spin me round and round.
Yeah, it's like Sonic's putting big counter hit chances at his face, but there's no muscle memory to deal with, so it don't really matter. Right. Big RC confirmed.
Bonus, but that's a meter that might not get used. Only one chance to do it. Jumps away. They both meet in the air. Kinky on the offensive, walking from the jump in, taking the throw. RC to close out the game. So the switch to Kai worked.
It did.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
I guess that was some next level tactic. Maybe waiting for the spin, but nonetheless, Sonic's in control once again.
Don't go nowhere. Trying to look for another throw. Another counter hit throw on Kinky. Oh!
Does the super, and since it was a projectile, got the non-animation and was able to get punished. Non-cinematic, maybe.
Good work. The important thing about that was using the 50 meter, and Sonic just got it back. Not going to have a chance to use it in this round.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Oh, got a counter hit on the way down.
Hey, stabbed in the gut with the far S. Making some spaces, King. Taking long range approaches with the air dash, like really methodical with the air dashes. Sonic hasn't really had a response for him at all. Not close enough for the 5K in there, but still looking pretty good. Just an uncharred 5D.
Yeah, still using that spin, just looking for anything really. And they got caught out of the startup of it this time. This is unfortunately not for aim 1.
Yeah, I dare say this is starting to look really rough for Sonic.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
How do we get in? We charge it.
It feels like a kind of a similar concept for Nagori Yuki, except you're not just dying constantly. You know, you get chances. But the wall of normal confidence is still kind of there. There it is.
The big dust.
Nice little chunk of damage there for Sonic. There's that super, yes. Sonic throughout the whole tournament has just been checking with that super just here and there. It's just it's rarely triggered. It's just kind of real subtle. But there it was.
Right. Was able to skirt away from danger from the 2H whiffing at the end of the round there. But still, Sonic I was gonna say in a good spot. This is an okay spot. Not in the corner just yet, but slowly getting worked there by Kinky.
Charge stun edge gives Sonic enough time to get over there and get started.
And we out of there though. Like the idea, just didn't have the spacing for it. Good blocks, not good enough for the dust though.
Speaking of charge dust, I got something. So Kinky one step away from grand finals.
That's the spacing for it. Don't know if the intention was looking for the air dash specifically, but it worked out pretty well for Sonic. Get off. Pretty solid use for the Yeoman, I would say. Charge dust one more time.
Does that because that would have put Kinky at Sonic at a spot where they were either dead or close to dead. Hell, that was the first DP we've seen from Kinky.
Yeah. And it was one that mattered so much.
Kiki just turned it around with a 3-0.
DP that's able to split the uprights and pave the way. All the way back to the grand finale.
We don't have I'm just that Kinky versus Proteus. I just imagine that Kinky just went through the catalog, like, which of these characters do I hate fighting? And just gave it to Sonic.
I wouldn't go that far. Like, there was a good amount of structure to the Kai, actually. It's like methodical range play. There was a decent amount of approaching, but it was from like the long angles where you're still questioning, are you going to be like right at the landing point of the air dash? Are you going to be right outside or at the edge of normal range? Are you ready for the speed of it? Which, I mean, yeah, a lot of people gripe about the fact that there's no instant air dashes per se, but for having to pay attention to the far S's and everything might not be too sharp when they come.
It definitely has playing with Kai. That was just me making a joke mostly, but yeah, I definitely get what you're saying there.
Gonna have to see how the pan pays off, or if it can even make bank here against Proteus in the grand finale. And Proteus finding a big 2S, and a couple of buttons as well to get ahead in this race.
Yeah, Proteus had that wrist gauge bright red.
Air dash back.
Oh, 6P. Yeah, yo.
5-8.
We're out here stuffing stun dipper. That's not what Kai players want to see.
I don't think anybody wants to see their Yeoman whiff like that at the end. Gee.
2H into the spin. Going for 0. Yeah, it's a really good jump there. Because I mean, you generally kind of see when Nagori you can look at stuff when you know that character wants to look for stuff like the command grab. So good stuff for Kinky by noticing that.
And I feel like Proteus gave up a really big opportunity there using the RC and was looking for the burst, but was really far out that the kind of range where Kinky probably wasn't even thinking of burst at that point. Good block on the dust and a back throw.
There and gave him combo.
Walk on the dust again.
Yeah, no punish, but it takes the momentum regardless. They're trying to get away from Nagori Yuki while that wrist gauge is that high. Yeah.
Proteus.
Yeah, Proteus refuses to get hit by charge dust by any means. Yeah, that stun dipper getting stuffed again. Well, 5H.
Stuff feels like an understatement from what I just saw.
I get his head cut off. Alright, game 1 going to Proteus. So we're gonna see another Kai back to Anji. After seeing what happened to Sonic in that last set, maybe they don't want to bust out that Anji.
Don't do the Anji. Freddy's ain't having none of the Beyblade.
Man dash. Or rather, that was the. Oh wow, that was an interesting interaction.
Way too far for that. Kinky was kind of glad, but not for long. Ripped out of the sky with a counter hit to H.
Yeah, that 2H doing a lot of work right now.
Yeah. Proteus's favorite button, don't you know?
The YRC, the 2S. Oh, and challenges the 5P with a 6P. That's actually pretty clever. Ah.
You know, if Proteus was cool, that would have been a 2H then.
Well, like I guess you talk about after the DP came out.
Yeah, for the finish.
Yeah, it was like I wonder if Proteus pressed anything but 2S, if they would have got DP then. Alright, you got a punish on the stun dipper, 6H OTG ender. We got corner bullying, all the things that Nagoriyuki's known for. And yeah, since that stun dipper was not spaced, we could block the second hit. So everything is just going the exact opposite way Kiki wants.
Proteus out there just living in a nation of spacing.
That was really good awareness to notice that. Well, I guess you can just block low anyway after getting hit by the first stun dipper, but just being ready for it.
Right.
Uh-oh, we got Anji.
I don't know about Anji, man.
Well,
I mean, something's got to change because that Kai was getting worked, but I don't know about Anji.
In the first game, there were definitely some better moments, but once Proteus got used to the fireball game and stuff, things started to change a lot more for Kinky. And there's the Anji. So we're gonna see if Kinky has something that Sonic doesn't.
This is an Anji that's saying he's willing to go through 3 rounds, try to dig Kinky out of the loser's bracket and get a reset. 3 rounds, 3 games.
That's a tall order. 1 game is looking like a tall order, but 3, well, we gonna see if Kinky has it in them.
Jeez, with the way Proteus has been today, 1 game, 1 round, looking nigh impossible.
Things are not off to a good start for Kinky, as Proteus has already taken charge of the match. Alright, that fadeaway jump H, something that Kinky has actually been getting a lot of good mileage from throughout the tournament.
Yeah. Bowman just to make sure Kinky doesn't get a little too comfortable pressing buttons.
It's just a little too late for your troubles. I figured you were way up there, but you wanted to be on the ground.
And I kind of feel like that would hit like in the later active frames. Big chance for Kinky though. Wait a minute, gets a wall break. Positive bonus, but already has 50 meters, so doesn't really need too much more at this point. Roman just to put on the pressure. Good break from Proteus to stay alive for now. Holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Right. Got a whip punish on the fusion, and Proteus is like got in a wall break combo right at the first interaction. So this is a real strong start for Proteus. Got the positive bonus going. Alright, jump base counter hit.
Yeah, and even after that YRC, he's going to be getting into another meter very quickly. So with the fact that Proteus likes leveraging the meter for defense, I see this being really hard, if at all possible, for Kinky. It ain't possible this round. Got tapped in the toe.
Duel 3.
Alright, well, that's a tournament point for Proteus. Alright, trading the butterfly, so no harm done. And a 2H counter hit into the corner.
That's a lot of harm.
And it looks like it's like Kinky just kind of took the jump by default. So, but Proteus still is willing to present that command grab just for a presence.
Danger.
But yeah, Proteus in general has just been killing people for trying to jump away out of the corner in general.
Alright.
All right, so good turnaround by Kinky. We got the wall. We got the wall break. Got positive bonus. And we got a successful spin.
2 positive bonuses in 1 round. Oof. Oof.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. It's just killing people for jumping away. And we're going to go ahead and super wall break so we can get the meaty.
That wall didn't break.
Yeah, well, my knowledge.
Big opportunity for Kinky. Has another meter for RC. We'll use it again. We've seen this before. Good tech.
Ooh, Bar S actually punched the IED. Okay. And yeah, it's a punish on the landing lag. Good stuff from Proteus. And here's our second Guilty Gear Strive champion. It's ZoneBreakers. Good stuff to Proteus for taking it all. Congrats to I'm just that Kinky for 2nd place, and good stuff to Sonic for 3rd place. That's since Sonic. So thank everybody for participating. First of all, our players.
Thank you.
All of you guys on the stream who are watching, we definitely appreciate y'all. Remember, the Matcherino is still out there, so if you hit !Matcherino, you can still hit those coupon codes by signing in with your social media. We got it for Tekken 7 and Guilty Gear Strive. So if you can help those players out by bolstering the pot, that would be much appreciated. And that's all I got to say.
And you hit all the high points that I wanted to hit. Best I can really do is, again, thank everybody who played, gave us a tournament. Thanks to the TOs and the streamer for actually putting all this together so we would have a tournament. And most importantly, thank you, the viewer, because without y'all, whether you're here now or catch us a little later in the future, no, there wouldn't be too much of a reason for us to be here. Well, I was gonna say, I guess on that note,
unless the TO has something to say. But other than that, I'm good.
Sounds like we about it.
All right, so peace out, and be sure to join us for next time.